What if your child's struggles are not just dyslexia and not just ADHD either? Because sometimes moms are watching their child struggle with reading, focus, homework, emotions, organization, and none of it fully makes sense on its own. Maybe your child is incredibly smart, but reading homework that should take 15 minutes somehow turns into a 2-hour meltdown. Maybe they can spend hours building Legos, talking about video games, or explaining random facts they love, but completely shut down when it's time to read one page for school. Maybe they seem mature and insightful 1 minute and completely overwhelmed the next. And as a mom, you're left wondering, what am I missing? If you've ever thought, my child is smart, so why does everything feel so hard for them? You are not alone. Many moms notice things that simply don't add up. Their child may be creative, funny, emotionally sensitive, deeply intelligent, verbally advanced, but also constantly overwhelmed by school. You ask them, put your shoes on, grab your book, brush your teeth, and somehow only one thing gets done. Homework becomes exhausting. Reading turns into tears. Simple assignments somehow take forever, and many moms start blaming themselves. Am I doing something wrong? Why can't they focus? Why are they struggling so much? Why do teachers not see what I see? And sometimes these children get labeled as lazy, careless, dramatic, or unfocused. Before anyone realizes, they may actually be struggling with both dyslexia and ADHD. In today's video, I am sharing 5 common signs of dyslexia and ADHD that many moms miss, including what dyslexia tends to look like, what ADHD may appear as, and how they overlap, and why so many children end up misunderstood for years. Because one of the hardest parts for moms is figuring out what's actually causing the struggle. The first sign is that one of the biggest differences between dyslexia and ADHD is how reading struggles show up. For a child with dyslexia, the reading itself is usually the struggle. You may notice things like sounding out simple words takes a long time. They guess words instead of fully reading them. They skip lines while reading. They avoid reading out loud. Spelling feels unusually difficult, or reading seems physically exhausting. Even when they are trying hard, reading simply does not become automatic. And a lot of moms think dyslexia only means reversing letters like the B's and the D's. But many children with dyslexia don't reverse letters at all. Now, ADHD can look different. With ADHD, the child may actually know how to read, but struggle to stay mentally engaged long enough to finish reading. Some moms may notice zoning out halfway through a page, forgetting what they just read, getting distracted constantly, losing focus quickly, or avoiding reading because sitting still feels difficult. And when a child has both, reading can feel tiring and difficult to stay focused on at the same time. That combination is overwhelming for many kids. The second sign is homework taking way longer than expected. But the reason it takes so long can look different and depending on whether it's dyslexia, ADHD, or both. For children with dyslexia, homework often takes forever because reading and writing requires so much effort. A single paragraph may need to be reread multiple times. Writing sentences can feel frustrating and exhausting. Spelling may become emotional very quickly. You may notice your child trying hard, but getting mentally drained fast. With ADHD, the struggle is often more about attention, organization, and staying on task. So homework may look like getting distracted every few minutes, constantly getting up, losing pencils, forgetting instructions halfway through, starting tasks but not finishing them, or needing reminders over and over again. And when a child has both, they may experience both the mental exhaustion of dyslexia and the focus struggles of ADHD at the exact same time. That's why homework can turn into such an emotional battle for these kids. This third sign tends to point more strongly towards ADHD. Many children with ADHD can focus extremely well on things they truly enjoy. You may notice your child can play video games for hours, build Legos forever, memorize every dinosaur fact possible, draw nonstop, or talk endlessly about their favorite interests. But when it's time for homework, their brain suddenly seems to shut down. And this confuses many moms because they think, if my child can focus on games, why can't they focus on school? But ADHD is not a lack of intelligence or effort. It's difficulty regulating attention. Now, dyslexia can also cause school avoidance, but usually because reading feels mentally exhausting. ADHD avoidance is often more about sustaining focus and managing attention. The fourth sign is emotional overwhelm after school. Many moms say, my child completely falls apart the moment they get home. And honestly, this is incredibly common. But again, the why can look different. For children with dyslexia, school can feel exhausting because reading, spelling, and writing require constant mental effort all day long. For children with ADHD, school can feel exhausting because they're constantly trying to stay focused, stay organized, control impulses, remember instructions, and regulate emotions. And when a child has both, their brain is basically working overtime all day long. So by the time they get home, many kids are mentally exhausted. That's why moms may see meltdowns, crying, shutdowns, anxiety, anger, and sometimes adults mistake this for bad behavior, but often is something called after-school restraint collapse. Their brain is simply overwhelmed. This fifth sign is often the most heartbreaking. Over time, many children begin to internalize shame. Children with dyslexia often start to believe, I'm bad at reading, I'm dumb, I hate school. Children with ADHD often begin to internalize thoughts like, I'm lazy, I can't focus, I always mess things up. And children with both may eventually start believing something is wrong with me. And honestly, this emotional side is something people do not talk about enough, because school struggles don't just affect academics. They affect confidence, self-esteem, identity. And what breaks my heart is that so many of these children are smart, but because their struggles are often invisible, they spend years feeling misunderstood. One reason children with both dyslexia and ADHD get missed is because the symptoms overlap so much. A child with dyslexia may avoid reading because reading feels draining. A child with ADHD may avoid reading because sustaining attention feels difficult. A child with both experiences the same struggles at the same time. And many children become incredibly good at masking. Some memorize books, some become perfectionists, some become class clowns, some become very quiet. So parents and teachers may only see distraction, emotional behavior, unfinished work, and avoidance without realizing how hard the child is actually working internally. Of course, every child is different, and this video is not meant to diagnose your child, but understanding these patterns can help moms know what questions to ask, what support to seek, and when it may be time to look deeper. And if this video feels familiar, trust your instinct. Moms are often first to recognize when something isn't adding up. You are not overreacting, and your child is not broken. If this video brought up a lot of "wait, this sounds exactly like my child" moments, I created a free dyslexia signs checklist for moms that you can download below. Sometimes having a checklist helps moms finally put words to the things they've been noticing for a very long time. And honestly, sometimes it's just reassuring to realize I'm not imagining this. If you're a mom trying to better understand your child, you are absolutely not alone. This channel is here to help moms understand dyslexia, learning struggles, school overwhelm, emotional exhaustion, and what support can actually look like at home. So if that would help you, make sure to subscribe. And if this video connected with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what were the first signs that you noticed in your child? Thank you for being here. I know how heavy this can feel sometimes, but your child is not broken and you are doing better than you think. I'll see you in the next video.